that magenta radish, that purple alien bulb, those rainbow carrots. Every single one of them can still go into a pot this August. And if you wait even 2 more weeks, most of them are gone until next year. Here is the honest truth almost nobody tells you. August is not the end of the growing season. August is the start of the best one. The second week of cool weather is when carrots turn to candy, when lettuce finally stops turning bitter, and when the pests that ate your summer garden simply give up. But there is a deadline, and it is real. Every crop on this list needs to go into soil while it is still warm, and the days are still long enough to build a root and a leaf before the first frost. Miss that window and you are not planting late. You are planting for nothing. Empty pots all winter while you pay supermarket prices for the exact vegetables that could have been growing 3 feet from your kitchen door. One caveat before we start, and please read it. These windows are written for a temperate zone with a first frost around late October to mid-November. If your winters come early, move everything up 2 to 3 weeks. Your exact zone range is on the screen now and in the description below. Check it before you sow. We are counting down 15 crops, from the ones you can still squeeze in easily, all the way down to number 1, the crop everyone wants, the one that turns sweet in the cold, and the one you will regret missing the most. I will not name it yet, but it is worth staying for. Let us start at 15. Number 15, and we open with the fastest food you will ever grow. Radishes. From seed to plate in as little as 25 days. That is not a typo. 25 days. Why August specifically? Radishes hate heat. Sown in June, they turn woody, they split, and they bolt straight to flower before you ever get a root. But sown into the cooling soil of August, they swell fast, stay crisp, and stay mild. This is the exact month they were built for. What you lose by waiting? Every week you delay past late August, that 25-day clock gets slower as the light fades. Push it into late September and a 25-day radish becomes a 40-day radish that may never fully size up. The window does not close with a bang. It just quietly gets narrower until nothing finishes. The practical note: sow them thin, 1 seed every inch, directly into the pot. Do not transplant them. Radishes resent having their roots moved and will punish you with all leaf and no bulb. Keep the pot evenly watered, because dry spells are what make radishes taste hot and split their skins. And try a watermelon radish while you are at it. Green on the outside, shocking pink in the middle. It is the one on your screen, and it is the easiest showpiece in this entire video. That is the gentle start. It gets more serious from here. One more thing on radishes, because there is more range here than you think. For a showpiece, grow the watermelon type you saw at the start, or a long red French breakfast for the prettiest plate. And the single biggest mistake is sowing them too thick and never thinning. A radish with no elbow room makes a leaf and no root every time. Give each seed an inch of space, pull every other one as they crowd, and eat those thinnings in a salad. That one habit is the whole difference. Number 14, arugula. If you have only ever bought it in a plastic clamshell for $4, growing your own is going to feel like a small robbery in reverse. Why August? Arugula is a cool season green with a peppery, nutty bite. Grown in summer heat, that bite turns to acid, and the whole plant rushes to flower in under 3 weeks. Grown now as nights cool, it stays tender. The flavor rounds out, and it slows right down to bolt, which means weeks of harvest instead of days. What you lose by waiting. Arugula is a cut and come again crop, which means one August sowing can feed you 5 or 6 times over. Every week you delay is a harvest you simply delete. Sow in the first half of August and you are cutting leaves into November. Sow in October and you get one thin picking if you're lucky. The practical note: scatter the seed across the surface of a wide, shallow pot, barely cover it, and keep it damp. You are not growing individual plants here, you are growing a carpet. Cut it with scissors an inch above the soil when it is finger length, and it grows straight back for the next round. 1 pot, 6 dinners. Almost no effort. And here is a companion tip. Sow a pinch of arugula in the same pot as your slower crops, your carrots or your kale. It comes up fast, you harvest it in 3 weeks, and it is gone long before the slow crop needs the room. That is called catch cropping, using a fast plant to fill the space while a slow one is still small. It means you never have a pot of bare soil doing nothing. Number 13, spinach. And this one is personal for a lot of you, because spinach is the crop that has broken your heart before. Here is why. You tried it in spring, it grew 4 leaves, and then the moment the weather warmed, it shot up a flower stalk and turned bitter overnight. That was not your fault. Spinach bolts in heat and long days. It is almost designed to fail in summer. Why August? This is spinach redemption. Sown into cooling soil with shortening days, spinach does the opposite of bolting. It settles in, it thickens, and it sweetens. A hard frost does not kill it. A hard frost makes it taste better because the plant floods its leaves with sugar to protect itself from freezing. What you lose by waiting. An August sowing gives you fall harvests and, in many zones, a plant that sits through winter and explodes with new growth in early spring before anything else is even awake. Miss August and you miss both. No fall crop and no spring head start. The practical note, sow ½ inch deep, keep the pot in a spot that still gets sun but is out of the last of the afternoon heat, and thin the seedlings to a handspan apart so each one can build a full rosette. Pick the outer leaves and leave the center growing. Done right, one pot feeds you from October to April. For variety, look for a type called Bloomsdale, the crinkled Savoy leaf that is the classic cold hardy spinach, or a smooth leaf type like Space if you want easy washing. And one warning, spinach seed can be stubborn to germinate if the soil is still warm. If nothing comes up in a week, do not panic and do not re-yo on top. Just keep it damp and shaded for a few more days. As the soil cools, it will come. Number 12, lettuce, and specifically the loose leaf and butterhead types, not the tight iceberg heads. Why August is the honest answer to a question you have probably asked. Why does my homegrown lettuce always taste bitter? The answer is almost never the variety. It is the heat. Lettuce grown warm turns bitter and bolts. Lettuce grown cool stays sweet, crisp and mild. August is the pivot point of the whole year for this crop. What you lose by waiting. Loose leaf lettuce is the ultimate cut and come again vegetable. Plant it now and you are not buying a single bag of salad until deep into fall and in a mild zone, right through winter under a little cover. Every week you wait past mid-August is roughly a week of salad you are choosing to buy instead of pick. The practical note, do not sow lettuce in a blazing hot spot and do not bury the seed deep because lettuce actually needs a little light to germinate. Press it onto the surface, dust it lightly, keep it damp. Grow a mix of colors, deep red and lime green in the same pot, and you have a living salad bowl on the patio that also happens to look beautiful. Pick the outer leaves, leave the heart, repeat for 2 months. The trick that changes everything with lettuce is to sow a little every 2 weeks instead of all at once. A pinch now, a pinch in 2 weeks, a pinch after that. It is called succession sowing, and it means a steady supply of young tender leaves for months instead of one giant flush that all bolts together. A tiny pot on a windowsill is enough to keep it going. Little and often beats all at once. Number 11, the Asian greens. Bok choy, mizuna, tatsoi. If you have never grown these, this is your sign, because they are the fastest and most forgiving crops on this entire list after the radish. Why August? These greens are pure cool season plants. In summer heat, they bolt almost on arrival. In the cool of fall, they are unstoppable, going from seed to a full harvest in as little as 40 days. Some baby leaf types in half that. What you lose by waiting. This is a crop with a genuinely short window because it wants warm soil to germinate, but cool air to grow. August gives you both in the same month. That overlap does not come again. Wait until the soil is cold and the seed simply sits and sulks and never comes up. The practical note, bok choy grows into a full crunchy head, so give each plant a handspan of room. Mizuna and tatsoi you can crowd and cut as baby leaf. All of them love water, so never let the pot dry out or they will bolt on you out of stress. And here is the bonus. Cabbage moths and flea beetles, the pests that shred these greens in summer, are winding down in fall. You get cleaner leaves in August than you ever could in June. A quick warning on the Asian greens, and it is the one thing that catches people out. Bolting. If a late heat wave rolls through, or if the pot dries out and stresses the plant, bok choy in particular will throw up a flower stalk and stop making its crunchy base. So keep them watered and keep them cool. And if a hot spell is coming, move the pot into afternoon shade for those few days. Treat them gently and they reward you fast. Number 10, mustard greens. We are at the halfway point and the stakes start climbing from here. Why August? Mustard is a fast, spicy green with a wasabi-like heat when raw that mellows to something rich and savory when cooked. Like everything in this cool season family, it bolts in summer and thrives in fall. So now it is ready to pick in about 40 days. Here is the reveal that makes mustard special. Frost does not damage it. Frost transforms it. A couple of cold nights and the harsh raw heat softens and the leaves turn buttery. You literally cannot buy this flavor because it only exists on a plant that has felt the cold. What you lose by waiting, miss the August sowing and you miss the frost sweetening entirely because there is no plant in the ground to catch the cold. This is a flavor that is only available to people who planted on time. The practical note, treat it exactly like arugula. Sow thick, cut young for salads, or let it grow larger for the pot and the pan. Keep it watered so the heat stays mellow rather than punishing. One wide pot gives you weeks of greens that get better every single time the temperature drops. For the best flavor, grow a variety called Red Giant, the big purple vein mustard that looks as good as it tastes, or Green Wave for a milder frilly leaf. And here is the eating tip most people miss. Young mustard leaves are a peppery salad green, raw and bright. Older leaves want a quick cook in a hot pan with a little garlic, which tames the heat into something rich. Same plant, two completely different vegetables, depending only on when you pick it. Number 9, turnips. And do not click away because this is 2 crops in one pot and both of them are better than you remember. Why August? Turnips are a dual harvest. You get tender, mild greens from the top and a sweet, crisp root from the bottom, and both of them need cool weather to be any good. A summer turnip is woody and sharp. A fall turnip, sized up in cooling soil and kissed by frost, is sweet enough to eat raw like an apple. What you lose by waiting. A turnip needs roughly 40 to 50 days to build a proper root. Count backward from your first frost. In most zones, the first half of August is the last honest date to still get a full-size root before the soil goes cold and growth stops. Sow late and you get greens but no root, which is only half the crop you were promised. The practical note. Sow directly into a deep pot, at least 8 inches, and thin ruthlessly to 4 inches apart, because crowded turnips make leaves and never bulk up. Water steadily for tender roots, and start eating the thinnings as baby greens within 3 weeks, so you are harvesting the whole time the root is forming underneath. Choose your turnip by what you want most. A variety called Hakare is the one to grow if you have never liked turnips, because it is sweet and mild enough to eat raw like fruit, and its greens are the best of any. Purple top is the classic if you want a bigger storage root. And do not throw the greens away when you thin. They are one of the most nutritious things in the whole garden, and they cook down like spinach in minutes. Number 8, beets. Another 2-in-1, roots below and glossy greens above, and one of the most rewarding things you can grow in a container in fall. Why August? Beets want cool weather to develop their deep sweetness, and that sweetness climbs as the temperature drops. They need about 50 to 60 days to size up, which puts a first half of August sowing right on the edge of the window for a full fall harvest. This is close to a now or never crop for a proper root. What you lose by waiting. Wait too long and you get beautiful leaves and a root the size of a marble. All that time and nothing to roast. The greens are delicious, but you came for the beet. Quick pause because I want to hear from you. Drop a comment right now and tell me 2 things. Your growing zone and the one crop you have tried to grow in fall and failed at. I read these, I reply, and half of my future videos come straight out of that comment section. So tell me where you are and what beat you, and let us fix it together. The practical note. Each beet seed is actually a cluster that sprouts several plants, so you must thin them, no exceptions, to 3 inches apart. Deep pot, steady water, full sun for as long as the season still offers it. Pull them at golf ball to tennis ball size for the sweetest, most tender roots. On variety, a golden beet like Touchstone is sweeter and milder than the red kind and will not bleed pink over everything on the cutting board, which makes it the easy favorite for beginners. Kyoja is the candy-striped one that stuns on a plate, and a reminder that pays off: do not waste the leaves. Beet greens are chard, essentially, because they are the same species, so cook the tops exactly like you would chard, and you double your harvest from one pot. Number 7, Swiss chard. If you want one crop that keeps feeding you the longest for the least work, this is a serious contender. Why August? Chard is in the beet family, but grown purely for its huge, glossy, colorful leaves and thick, edible stems. It is tough, it shrugs off light frost, and in a mild zone, it will grow right through winter and then surge again in spring. An August plant is a 9-month plant. What you lose by waiting. Chard is cut and come again on a grand scale. Pick the outer stalks and the center keeps pushing new ones for months. Every week you delay a sowing is weeks shaved off the back end of that incredibly long harvest. This is the crop that rewards planting on time more than almost any other, because the payoff is measured in seasons, not weeks. The practical note: give it a big pot, because chard gets large and hungry. Sow a few seeds thin to the strongest and feed it once a month. Grow the rainbow stem types, neon pink, gold, and red, and it doubles as the most ornamental thing on your patio. Harvest outer leaves only. Always leave the growing center, and it will outlast the entire rest of this garden. A word on how long chard lasts, because it is genuinely remarkable. In a mild winter, a single August chard plant can feed you clear through to the following summer, nearly a full year from one sowing. The secret is to never strip it bare. Always take only the outer third of the leaves and leave the center crown untouched. Strip it completely and it sulks. Harvest it gently and politely and it simply never stops. Number 6, green onions, also called scallions. The crop you currently pay for, use half of, and watch rot in the fridge drawer. Never again. Why August? Green onions are quick, cold hardy, and almost impossible to kill. Sown now, they give you a fall harvest, and here is the clever part. The ones you do not harvest will happily sit through winter and give you the very first fresh crop of early spring, weeks before anything else. What you lose by waiting. This is a 2-for-1 window. An August sowing buys you a fall crop and a spring crop from a single planting. Skip it and you forfeit both, and you are back to the supermarket bunch that slime in a week. The practical note: sow them thick in a clump. They do not mind crowding at all. Snip what you need with scissors and leave the white base and roots in the pot. And in many cases, they will regrow for a second and third cut. A single shallow pot by the door can keep a kitchen and green onions for the better part of a year. Here is a nearly free way to grow these. Next time you buy green onions at the store, cut off the white root ends, the inch you would normally throw away, and push them into your pot. They regrow. Within 2 weeks, you have fresh green tops again, and you can do it several times before they tire. So your first crop can cost you nothing but the scraps you already paid for, and the seed you sow now carries you right through the cold. Number 5, and the stakes just jumped, because this is the crop that has defeated more of you than any other on this list: cilantro, and its partner, dill. Here is the confession I hear constantly. I keep buying cilantro, I plant it, and within 2 weeks it shoots up flowers and dies. And every single time the problem was the same. You were planting it in the wrong season. Why August? Cilantro and dill are cool season herbs, and heat is their enemy. In summer warmth, they bolt to flower almost immediately, because flowering in the heat is their entire survival strategy. It is not you, it is the calendar. In the cooling weather of fall, cilantro finally does what you always wanted. It stays leafy, it stays lush, and it keeps giving for weeks instead of days. What you lose by waiting. This is the only honest window for a real cilantro harvest, and it is closing. Miss the cool of fall and you are back to 14-day failures next summer. Wondering what you did wrong? The answer is nothing. You just needed to plant it now. The practical note: sow it directly and thickly where it will grow, because cilantro hates being transplanted and will bolt from the shock. Keep it in a spot out of the hottest sun and cut it often, because regular cutting is what keeps it leafy and delays flowering. Do this, and the herb that has always beaten you becomes the easiest thing on your patio. One variety note that matters. If your autumn still has warm spells, look for a type sold as slow bolt or slow grow cilantro, which is bred to resist flowering for longer. And here is the reframe that saves the plant anyway. When cilantro does finally send up flowers and seed, that seed is coriander, the warm citrusy spice. So even the bolting you feared is just a second different harvest. With cilantro, you genuinely cannot lose if you plant it now. Number 4, kohlrabi, the strange purple orb from your thumbnail, the vegetable most people walk past in the store because they have no idea what it is or that it is one of the best things you can grow in fall. Why August? Kohlrabi is a fast brassica that forms a swollen, crisp, sweet bulb just above the soil line, tasting like the sweet heart of a broccoli stem with none of the bitterness. It needs cool weather to stay tender, and it matures in about 55 days, which means a first half of August sowing lands it perfectly before hard frost. What you lose by waiting, push past the window and 2 things go wrong. The bulb does not have time to swell before growth stops in the cold, and any bulb that does form grows woody and split instead of crisp and sweet. You get a stunted, tough knob instead of the crisp globe you were promised. Timing is everything with this one. The practical note, space each plant 6 inches apart in a deep pot. Keep the water steady because uneven watering is what makes them split, and harvest when the bulb is between a golf ball and a tennis ball. Any bigger and it toughens. Grow the purple variety for the color and the conversation. Peel it and eat it raw in sticks. It is the crunchiest, sweetest surprise in the whole garden. For the eating, peel a kohlrabi bulb thickly because the skin is tough, then slice the crisp inside into sticks. Raw, it is sweeter and juicier than an apple, and it is the vegetable that converts every kohlrabi skeptic on the first bite. Grow a variety called Purple Vienna for the color on your patio, or Kohlrabi for reliability. And do not forget the leaves, because they cook up just like collards and are far too good to compost. Number 3, peas, and I can already hear it. Peas are a spring crop. That is exactly the belief that costs people one of the sweetest harvests of the entire year. Why August? There is a second secret pea season in fall, and almost nobody uses it. Sown in the cooling soil of August, snap peas and snow peas race to climb and flower in the mild weather they love, and give you tender, sugary pods in October, at a time of year when everyone assumes the fresh eating is over. What you lose by waiting, and this is where the stakes get sharp. This window is tight and it is unforgiving. Peas need enough warm days now to grow and flower before the first hard frost, because frost will kill the blossoms and end the crop instantly. Sow in the first 2 weeks of August and you make it. Wait until September and the frost arrives before the pods do. There is no second chance inside the same season. You either catch this window or you wait a full year. The practical note, give them something to climb, even a few twigs or a small trellis in the pot, and choose a dwarf or bush variety if your space is tight. Sow the seeds 2 inches deep, keep them watered as they establish, and do not fuss over them. The only thing that matters with fall peas is the calendar. Plant now or plant never. Give your fall peas a real head start with one simple trick. The night before you sow, soak the seeds in a glass of water. They drink it up, swell overnight, and sprout days faster once they hit the soil, and with fall peas racing the frost, those few days are everything. Choose a fast dwarf variety like Sugar Ann so you are not waiting on a tall vine. Speed is the whole game here, and a bowl of water buys you speed for free. Number 2, kale. And whatever you think about kale, I need 90 seconds to change your mind, because kale grown in fall is a completely different vegetable from the tough, bitter stuff you have refused to eat. Why August? Here is the magic, and it is real science. When frost hits a kale plant, the plant converts its own starches into sugars as a kind of natural antifreeze to protect its cells. The result is that kale gets sweeter and more tender with every cold night. It is the one crop on this list that actively wants the winter, and it will stand in a pot, green and thriving, long after everything around it has died back. What you lose by waiting. To get that frost-sweetened harvest, You need a strong, established plant standing in the pot when the cold arrives. That means planting now so it can build its size through the warm end of the season. Plant too late, and the frost meets a tiny seedling that has nothing to give. You forfeit the single most rewarding cold weather harvest there is, the one that feeds you fresh greens in November and December while your neighbors have bare soil. The practical note: give each plant a good-sized pot and space, because kale gets large. Harvest from the bottom up, taking the lowest outer leaves and always leaving the growing crown, and a single plant will feed you for months. And do not even taste it until after the first frost. That first cold snap is the moment kale stops being a chore and becomes a treat. On which kale to grow, you have two great choices. Lacinato, also called dinosaur or Tuscan kale, is the dark blistered leaf that is tender and the best for cooking. Red Russian is the frilliest and the sweetest raw, and it laughs at the cold. And one small ritual worth keeping: after the first hard frost, go out and taste a single leaf raw. Feel how the bitterness has vanished and the sweetness has arrived. That is the plant telling you it is ready. And number one, the crop everyone wants, the one that costs the most to miss, and the one with a payoff you have to taste to believe. Carrots. Why carrots close this video? Because a homegrown carrot pulled from a cool fall pot does not taste like anything you have ever bought. And there is a specific, provable reason for that. Exactly like the kale, a carrot responds to cold by pumping sugar into its root as antifreeze. A carrot that has sat through a few frosts is not just sweet, it is candy. Growers have a name for them. They call them frost candy carrots, and you cannot buy them at any price because they will not survive shipping. The only way to eat one is to grow one. Why August, and why this is the sharpest deadline on the list? Carrots are slow. They need roughly 70 days to size up from seed, and they will not be rushed. Count 70 days back from your first hard frost, and you land squarely in August. This is the last honest window to still get a full-sized, properly sweet carrot this year. This is not a crop where late means smaller. Late means pencil-thin roots, or worse, no real root at all, and then nothing until spring. What you lose by waiting is the whole prize. Miss this window and you do not get a lesser carrot. You get a pot of feathery green tops hiding threads underneath, and a full year of waiting to try again. Of everything on this list, this is the one I do not want you to miss. The practical note: because carrots have a reputation for being fussy, and it is undeserved once you know the trick. Grow them in a deep pot, at least 10 inches, filled with loose, stone-free soil, because it is heavy or rocky ground that makes carrots fork and twist, not bad luck. Sow the seed directly, never transplant. Keep the surface damp until they sprout, which is the one genuinely slow part, and then thin them without mercy to an inch apart. Crowded carrots is the #1 reason people fail. Grow the rainbow types, purple, yellow, and orange in one pot, for the most beautiful harvest of the whole year. And then wait for the frost, because the day you pull a purple carrot out of a cold October pot and taste that sugar, you will never buy a supermarket carrot again. That is #1. That is the one to plant this weekend. 2 last things that make or break your carrots. First, choose the right shape for a pot. A short, stubby variety like Paris Market, which grows as round little globes, or a shorter type like Danvers, will always beat a long, slender carrot in a container, because it never hits the bottom and forks. Second, that slow patch while you wait for them to sprout is when most people give up. Lay a plank or a damp cloth over the pot to hold moisture until they break ground. Lift it the day you see green, and you will never fail at carrots again. So there it is. 15 crops, 1 window, and it is open right now this week in August. From the 25-day radish to the frost candy carrot, every one of them is still plantable, and every one of them is gone for the year if the pot stays empty. If you do nothing else after this video, do this. Plant the carrots and the kale this weekend, because those two have the sharpest deadline and the biggest payoff. Everything else you can trickle in over the next 2 weeks. One last reminder: check your zone range on the screen now and in the description, because your frost date is what sets your real deadline. And if you thought it was too late to plant anything, wait until you see what I said last month, because the window was open then too, and that video is on your screen right now. Come join the Potted Patio family, and I will see you in the next one. Keep those pots